Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Fandom. No, it's not. This is Saturday afternoon hangouts. Fandom Empire here. I'm your host, Sean, and there's a couple of reasons we're coming online to sit down and talk with each and every one of you on this Saturday evening now, I guess, at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And that is because this man right here, off to the right, drinking his cup of tea, gets caught mid-sip again. Seems to always happen, pardon me. This dude on the right-hand side, as I might have to lower you a bit. You're bigger than me. We can't have that.
I am the real star of the show.
The man to the right, Mr. Tommy B, has got himself a new microphone, which should allow you, the fans, to be able to hear Mr. Tommy B a little bit more clearly. Tommy, man, much like the issues that we had in terms of getting stuff from receiving, you had issues getting stuff that actually worked from having them shipped in.
Oh my gosh, issue after issue after issue, I swear. Adapters not working, plugs not being the correct plugs, waiting times for shipping items. Holy shit! I was getting ready just to send everything back and just drop the whole thing, quit, go live in the woods somewhere. But we finally found something that works, at least as far as we can tell, right? So
you're definitely coming through a lot louder on my end. I'm going to assume that everybody that's watching right now probably won't have the normal stream numbers we usually have, but that's okay. That's what happens when you go live on a moment's notice. It looks good to me on my end, dude. Now, there still might be some syncing issues in terms of the audio lining up with the voice. That will come with time. Frank's getting right to it. Glad we fixed Tommy's mic issues. Now the glasses. Oh, my God. This right here.
The glasses are fantastic. You don't know what you're talking about.
You want to see my glasses? I got like fucking 7 pairs of sunglasses. Here's one of them. I can rock the sunglasses too. I'll be that guy who wears his sunglasses inside his house. Now, some people hate these glasses. They think they're too yellowy green. I think the last time I seen my dad, actually, he's like, your glasses are somewhere between a fucking piss yellow and puke green. So he didn't really like the shades, but that's cool. That's cool. How's everybody doing today? How are we going? Jay Maurer, Jamie, as I like to call him, says he's going to shoot over to Patreon. That's fantastic, Jamie. The Patreon is www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Those of you that are part of Patreon, I've already forgotten the day that we said we would be doing the Lambkin Lane show. I believe the next Lambkin Lane show is August 16th. We'll sit down and we'll get into some juicy Halloween shit. So, I mean, dude, originally we wanted to come on here and possibly do a watch-along tonight. To my knowledge, and if it's changed, then I blame Frank, because I asked him for the info. To my knowledge, it's Dave McRae's Saturday movie night. Now, we don't have a partnership with Dave or anything of that sort, but I'm well aware that a lot of our audience watches Dave too, myself included. So it doesn't make sense for us to do a movie watch-along on the same night Dave's doing his, even if it was to follow immediately after. So hopefully sometime between Monday and Thursday, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch My Bloody Valentine on screen here, the remake with Jensen Ackles, and that'll be good fun. This isn't going to be a long stream, guys. This is going to be a fairly straightforward stream. Right off the bat, just want to let everybody know, excuse me. Pardon me. I had to deal with some landlord bullshit today, which is just, landlords landlord's a snake. Landlord's a snake. I mean, it could have been worse, I suppose, but it just goes to show, keep your inner circle small because you really can't trust anybody these days for the most part. Maybe that's just me being overly cynical. Anyways, on this stream, we're going to talk a little bit Halloween, Supernatural, maybe touch on Star Wars, the usual stuff, guys, the usual stuff. You guys know how this works. If you want to interrupt the show at any point, send in a super chat. Everything that comes in goes back in to the channel. It allows us to do all this cool shit that we've been doing, upgrading our equipment and so much more. I don't know if I've officially announced this yet, so why not do it now? I might be wrong on the date here. I guess let me pull up my phone here. We have a collaboration to announce, and that is cue the Jeopardy music, people. Do 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 do. Nothing like your phone not properly fucking working. If it's not one equipment issue, it's another.
We're waiting.
All right, so at 8 o'clock Eastern, August 21st, we're going to be doing a stream with Nick Push, and he's got a great horror channel. I don't think it gets nearly enough attention. Dude is very intelligent, speaks very well. I watch his shit a lot, have watched this shit for a long time, and I think Nick's just an awesome dude, and it's going to be fun to sit down with him, have both of our audiences tuning in at the same time, talking some Halloween. That'll definitely be a Halloween night. Art says, oh, hi, Sean, hi. So again, if you want to interrupt the show at any point, send in a super chat. We'll read it right away, but we are going to get to your questions. This is open mic, so we'll be getting to your questions basically sporadically all through the show here as we go. First up, man, let me send one out to the audience. What are you guys doing this weekend? First weekend of August. Do you have any big August plans this weekend? What are y'all doing with your first weekend in August? Tommy B, what are you doing, man? Anything exciting?
No, not really anything exciting on my end. I'm just freaking taking it easy. I've been dealing with weeks after weekends of nonstop shit. So honestly, getting this mic shit to come to fruition and working and all, I'm happy it's finally over because I can finally kick the fuck back, stop doing research, and just relax. We've been going at this for days and days on end of, well, this cable won't work here, this cable won't work here, can I plug this in here, is this the right size here, is this the right standard, and yada, yada, yada. I might sit down, maybe I'll finally get around to watching H2O at some point this weekend, that'd be cool. If not, I'm going to get to it soon. Soon time. You're going to get to H2O how about you?
soon?
How about you? What's going on for you?
Well, we had the landlord thing today, which, of course, they couldn't be on time, and that took longer than we wanted it to take, but we kind of expected that. I think the sister-in-law's coming over here shortly. And yeah, just kicking back in the studio, helping you set your shit up. What I probably am going to do, I should have it on right now on that TV monitor up there, but I don't, is the NHL playoffs started today. I'm calling the whole thing the playoffs, even the play-in round. And tomorrow, the Maple Leafs play. So my ass at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night is going to be watching some playoff fucking hockey. Someone saying servers are down on Friday the 13th. My cousin told me about that. Someone hacked them apparently, which is not good. Why am I being called on stream?
Nothing. You got nothing to say to me?
No. I don't even know what you were trying to do there.
Okay.
I just...
Okay. Move along.
Let's move along. Fucking playoff hockey tomorrow. Playoff fucking hockey. Like, I get it. Bear with me, people. I know this is a fandom channel. I know we talk Halloween and Supernatural and Star Wars and horror and Marvel and DC and gaming and movies and TV. But when you take hockey away from a Canadian for 5 fucking months, it's almost like you're trapped in this abyss. Like, life cannot move on without hockey, says the guy wearing a basketball hat.
Saying you might as well just be locked up in solitary confinement or something, getting tortured, basically.
Dude, I love hockey. I mean, I love Jade to death. That's the missus. That's the spouse. But she's not really a hockey gal. And she just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. She has no idea how I stay as obsessed as I do with hockey. And I do.
I don't get it either. It must be, well, I guess it's not a Canadian thing, but...
That said, fairly confident my team's not going to do so well. I'm combing the dingleberries out of my cats, but I don't own a cat.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Fucking Frank. Mr. Riker in the house. Frank, do you want to take care of Mr. Friday the 13th servers down with weird-ass hack name? That'd be great. We get it, dude. We got it the first time. You don't need to say it 4 times. You know, when someone comes in with a name like that, you just sort of assume that they might be the hacker, considering we hadn't even really brought up Friday the 13th at this point. So, but, I mean, we will. We definitely will. Great game, too, by the way. I fucking love that game. Low-funded, for sure, but absolutely love that game. Jamie Bauer, I envision you as Michael staring at the wall, looking through the wall at this day. Yes, that's accurate. That's accurate. Very, very accurate, man. Dude, H2O. You're going to watch Halloween H2O. Okay.
Yeah. I hope to get to it. I've been consistently pushing it. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it later this week, next week. I think now it's been maybe every bit of 2 weeks, so I got to get to it at some point.
Now, be honest. The fact that you've heard other people say it's all downhill from here, is that making you not want to rush so quickly to watching H2O?
Honestly, that's not the case. I think my just reluctance has been I'm busy. I just submitted my graduation application yesterday, so that was cool. Just been busy. If there's anything that's been having me push it off a little longer, it's the fact that I'm running out of Halloween films to watch slowly. At least ones which I might call worth watching. And we've had this discussion before. Well, they're all worth watching. But, you know, when it comes to the Rob Zombie movies, it's either people have nothing good to say about either of them, or they're cult fans of the first one and meh on the second one. So, I don't know. I'm just
I'll say something good about a Halloween or a Rob Zombie Halloween movie. I think the first 15 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is fucking amazing. Like, I didn't like the first one, any version of it. I just didn't. And then you see the first 15 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I remember seeing it opening night in theaters with my cousin and just being like, holy fuck, this shit is amazing. Finally, Rob Zombie has gotten it right.
And then it was all downhill from there.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert here, dude. It's a dream. Never happened. First 15 minutes.
What do you mean?
So the first 15 minutes you see on screen is a dream. It never actually happened. So that awesome beginning that you get doesn't factually happen. It's just a dream.
Is that something that just poofs right then and there after the 15 minutes, or do you find that out later in the film?
Oh, no, you find that out right there and then. Like, thank you for wasting 50. Yeah, it's just fucking disastrous. Oh, wow. Michael Pavone, how's it going, Mikey? Hey, Sean and Tommy, just popping by to say hi. Let's remind everybody how this is going to work. This is Saturday afternoon Hangout. We're probably going to go for another half an hour here. Not a long stream. Number one reason for doing this is we couldn't do our watch-along tonight because Dave McRae has his. And while we don't have a partnership with Dave or anything, he's very kind with his time for us and has given us advice over the years for sure. We don't want our programming to conflict with what he's got over there. We understand that most of our audience watches him too. And so we will get to that watch along sometime between Monday and Thursday. Won't be tomorrow night when the Leaf game's on, unless they're getting blown out 5-0 in the first period, which is always a possibility.
You're such a team player.
Yeah. So the way this works is if you want to interrupt the show at any point, send in a super chat. Everything that comes in goes back into the channel. You don't have to, though, if you don't want to. This is open mic. So we will get to as many of your questions as we can during this. Tommy, I got to say, all the audio that I've seen come in from you in this video is exponentially not only sounding louder, but more clear, a higher quality sound than you have ever sounded on one of our YouTube streams. So I would say mission accomplished.
That's fan-freaking-tastic, for all you folks out there this past week especially, but we'll say our time on YouTube and everything in general. It's been a real learning experience for me. This is probably my first time using a non-USB mic on a computer. So USB mics are cool if you want to do a solo project or something that basically you don't want to blow a whole lot of money or sanity on, basically. The Blue Snowball served me well. I probably got like 6 months ago, maybe a little more ago. But it'll definitely hang around as a backup. Maybe I'll use it for personal stuff. But this is definitely serving us well. So far we've seen. Only had to rip my hair out trying to figure out how to get the freaking thing to work. But thank you. Finally got it.
So just some tech advice for some people here. This Tommy with that mic looks like he's hosting the Gong Show.
I don't know what that is.
You sure you don't mean the Bong Show? Anyway, so this mic here.
I do not engage in those forms of activities, sir. Sir. So are you insulting me? Are you saying I live another lifestyle?
Oh, you most certainly live another lifestyle. I'll back Frank up on that one. So this mic here, if anybody is experimenting with their audio, is a Blue Yeti. It's expensive. Up here in Canada, it's about $200. So it's probably around $120 to $150 in the States. And I mean, it's a solid USB mic. A lot of people immediately turn to these microphones to use. I, however, don't. I know you're sitting there saying, well, Sean, if you don't turn to that microphone to use, why the fuck are you holding it? Well, I did at one point turn to this microphone to use, but this little, $200 Canadian microphone, slightly less, does not pump out the same sound quality as this microphone right here, which is my microphone for when I have a guest in studio, one of two of them. And it's the same microphone that Thomas has. This is it's a dynamic microphone. It's a Card Droid microphone. It's the Shure PGA48. And I think you can get it for around $35 American on Amazon. And that $35 mic, which is about a third of the cost of that Blue Yeti mic, is going to pop out much better sound quality than the Blue Yeti because XLR.
Even all my personal tests, it sounded so much better. The mic I usually use is the Blue Snowball. We've had the issues with it. It served me well in what I've had to use it for. Hell, I'm still using its stand the rest of this Shure mic on, which is great. But honestly, if I knew what I knew now when I bought that microphone, I probably just wouldn't have done it. I probably would have skipped it, gone ahead and gotten this. If I knew what adapter to get, I would have gotten the right adapter. And hell, I probably would have just spent just a little bit more money.
A lot of people just go to the popular thing, right? Let's go get the Blue Yeti mic, and it's not always the better sounding mic. So, Michael Pavone. Hey, Sean, how's the first order of the Kills masks coming along? Well, Mike, a.k.a. the guy I call Mike the Mask Maker, just messaged me within the last hour and said, quote, where are we here?
Well, you
hey,
are
bro.
in Ontario, Canada, and I am in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Oh, you're being smart. I see what you're doing.
What?
You think you're being a smart ass, huh? Yeah. Anyways, Mike the mask maker just messaged me, and the first order of masks are in. He's just waiting for a replacement airbrush to come in, and he'll begin work on them. So those of you that got your mask orders in the first order, they're going to begin work shortly and probably shipped out in a couple of weeks, and that's good. The other thing we have coming in the next few days is a draw we did where people paid on Patreon for some entries to win a mask, and that draw is going to be done very, very shortly. Given a couple of more days for people to purchase that. Anyway, this is what you have to look forward to next week, guys. We have an episode of Fandom Empire Live next week, episode recording of Star Wars Renegades, and we have the watch-along as well, so that's next week. There's some fucking Supernatural news to get to today, dude. Supernatural news doesn't happen often anymore, but we have some Supernatural news, and that news...
And it is some good freaking news. Yes, it is.
I mean, it's debating on what way you're looking at it from. So Supernatural is returning to filming. I believe I seen their start date was August 21st, which is pretty cool. And... I'll get to your question in a second, Art. So Supernatural's going back to filming on August 21st. Everybody who's coming up to Vancouver, Canada, where they filmed the show, is going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks. That's just the way things are up here. You got to do it. And it's going to take about a month or so to pop out 2 episodes. And then this fall, so I'm guessing no earlier than October, we're going to see the last 7 episodes of this thing. They may even split it up. You might see the first 4 episodes. I know they originally said they were going to air all 7 at once, but I wouldn't be shocked if you see the first 4 episodes air before Christmas and then the final 3 episodes air after Christmas.
You know, I'd probably be totally cool with that. It's not the end of the world. Just let's us stretch it out a little bit longer.
Let's go back to the chat here. This is one of those shows where we don't require you to... send in super chats to answer the questions. I mean, I think we're pretty good at answering questions, even if they're not super chats. But open mic, we give you your say without having to donate. But those that do donate, don't worry, it still goes to a good cause. Art Wishwood, Tommy, who's your favorite horror villain, franchise, and standalone film? Holy crap, that's a loaded one, Tommy. Who I don't think is paying attention to any of this at the moment.
Actually, I just read the same question. And I pieced together, you just asked me the same thing. Good question. Yeah. What? Oh, of course, I got to get an ad for TikTok. Thank you.
Aren't they banning that down where you are?
They're going to try,
understood it, but...
quote unquote. We're not going to be political here, but good luck. Who's my favorite horror villain, franchise, and standalone film? Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, you're just packing them in that one message, aren't you?
He wants it all. He wants all the Tommy B in one sandwich. With some of that secret sauce.
I mean, I'm honestly going to say, because even before I got sucked, and it literally was sucked into the franchise, I would probably always just say Halloween. Yeah. I mean, although I'm only just now going through the films in a greater way, I'd probably watch 1978 once or twice a year, just because.
Just because.
So that's my favorite villain and franchise, I guess. Standalone film.
Before they released Part 2, it would have been The Shining for me, but then they released Doctor Sleep, so I don't know if you can count that as a standalone film.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about standalone films. I don't know. I really enjoyed Halloween 3. I've only seen it once in its entirety. I think I've probably seen bits of it beforehand. I don't know if I want to say it's my favorite standalone film. And when we say standalone film, what are we talking about? Are we talking about film as part of a franchise, film in general?
I'm pretty positive they mean films that aren't a part of the franchise.
Yeah, okay.
Although I would argue Halloween 3 probably classifies as that too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was really thinking that would count as for one of those. But as for a non-Halloween film that I really enjoyed, I was here and there into the first Paranormal Activity. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I want to say it's my
Blumhouse
favorite
movie.
horror film, though.
Blumhouse movie, also not a standalone. They got just a plethora of different paranormal.
Well,
activity.
yeah, but I don't know what other films I would pull out that aren't, part of a greater franchise.
Cabin in the Woods. That'd be
film,
one for me. I mean, it's stupid at times, but it's stupid funny.
Yeah, definitely.
Frank Riker sends in a super chat. Frankie boy, thank you, man. What would be the plot of your own supernatural film? Jesus Christ.
How about we get a freaking supernatural film? Or, even better, you give us the fucking Wayward Sisters we all freaking wanted.
So I'm going to alter my answer here, Frank, and I'm going to say it wouldn't be a theatrical release because I don't think that'll ever happen, but it'd be like a 4-part miniseries that went on Netflix, kind of like the Gilmore Girls did, and it would take place several years after the end of Supernatural, and it would involve their kids. They've had families. Maybe it's 20 years after, and somehow Sam and Dean have gone missing, or one of the two have gone missing, preferably, and they need to track the one down, kind of reminiscent to how Supernatural started, but we get to see what it's like with their expanded families, and maybe they've been out of the game for a long time, kind of like the way Supernatural Season 6 starts, only this time, their kids are obviously of age, and they're involved in it, and that's what I do. I'd honestly do something simple like that, little 4-part, give us, 4 90-minute episodes with that somehow results in a bigger payoff instead of just being a monster of the week. It could be one of the biblical things or biblical reasons as to why one of Sam or Dean have gone missing. I would personally have it as Sam has gone missing and Dean is searching for him with the kids. I love Jared, but I'm Jensen first, hence why my son's name is Jensen. That's what I do. I do a 4-part miniseries on that. 5 years after the series ends, but in the timeline, maybe 15 or 20 years have passed. And I think that'd be pretty cool.
So here's a question for you, bud, because I really like that idea you're floating here. And I'll offer an alternative. But, so would this spin-off movie or epilogue or what have you, would this include all of the elements of Supernatural that the show has introduced over the years, like the demons and all of the angels and such? Or in your mind, is this more akin to early Supernatural, like we basically just had Yellow Eyes for the first couple seasons? It was much more of a smaller world. You understand what I'm saying?
I think at the beginning it would have that small world feel. I think it's supposed to have the monster of the week feel at the beginning. But as you get further into the little mini-series, if it's a 4-parter or a 6-parter, you eventually find out that it's part of the bigger picture. Now, whether that's, if I was to do a bigger picture mini-series, I'm probably bringing back the Antichrist that never got the payoff. That's probably the villain I'd go with because he'd be of an appropriate age. And Sam, with his connections to Lucifer, might make some sense for him to be the one that goes missing. I do something along those lines, have the kids introduced so that if it's a success and you wanted to spin it off with a couple of new people with Jared and Jensen popping up once in a while, that'd be really cool to do. So that would be mine, man. Some people might think it's not original enough, but Supernatural is just filled with so much lore that picking and choosing for even a mini-series, let alone one movie, is very hard to do. I firmly believe we're absolutely going to see a Supernatural miniseries head to some streaming platform, and whether it spawns another run of a normal series, who knows? It's going to be a while from now, but I don't think that when Supernatural goes off air later this year or early next year, that's the last we've seen of it. I don't think that at all. Tommy, how about you, man? What's your Supernatural movie?
So I was just trying to Google it real quick. I couldn't find a real link to verify me. I'm trying to remember what Cass did in the past prior to his introduction in season 4. He's a renowned war veteran of sorts. I'm trying to remember if the Enochian War, was that one war? Was it a series of conflicts? I would personally really like to see something that would, I guess, involve that, tell that story a little more. Sure, it's a totally different Castiel, but in a sense, it's an integral part of the story. It really builds up to this whole huge world that Supernatural ends up being. I do have to clarify, I don't know if that would really do well as a movie. That would maybe do better rather as a spin-off series, like, I don't know, 4-part, 1 hour each episode, 8-part, 1 hour each episode, something like that. That's just a bit of interest. I definitely think you had the better idea though, because that, brings in Sam and Dean, whereas in my idea, you could really only bring in Sam and Dean if you looked at an ancestor, or the whole thing was.
I think yours would be better as an actual spin-off series. In my opinion,
what's that?
I think your idea would be better as an actual spin-off series rather than a mini series. Yeah, but we all know what the CW thinks of spin-off series. Not that the CW would know good programming if it slapped them in the face, other than the fact they were gifted Supernatural. Art Wishwood, Sean, did you watch the Gilmore Girls 4-part movies? And more importantly, did you like them? When the Gilmore Girls was on TV, I might have seen 3 or 4 episodes. Wasn't really familiar with it. And Jade binged them over the last year. I started watching specifically because Jared Padalecki's in it. Obviously, his character eventually goes off the show because he went and did Supernatural. But I got into it. I got invested in it. I thought it's a pretty cool show. I watched the mini-series, and I thought 3 of the 4 parts were really well done. And one of them was an albatross, pure filler. They shouldn't have done a 4-part mini-series if at the end of the day they, dude, one of my things while watching TV, which kills me, and Supernatural's done this too. I mean, I think any TV series that has a 22 episode order or a 20 episode order, don't you ever sit there and go, well, why wasn't this just 16 episodes? Why do we need this bullshit filler that I'm going to fall asleep through? Thankfully, Supernatural's pretty good at not having too many terrible filler episodes, but man, are there other TV series that are littered with them. And to have a filler episode in a mini-series, it reeks of ignorance. So, I get it. It's
total bullshit. Yeah, but what can you do, right? I mean, if they get paid to do this many episodes, they want to do them all, so I guess they can justify getting the full pay that they were budgeted.
Yeah, I mean, Jensen Ackles seems pretty positive that they're going to come back and do something once it's done. Could be years from now, though. I mean, you can have the best intentions, but that doesn't mean that 5 years from now in 2025 we're guaranteed a Supernatural miniseries. I mean, I want it. I'm going to miss the show, but it is what it is. So. Where are we here?
Spooky Guy had brought in a message for me asking me had I seen either of the cuts of H6. Yeah, I've seen the producer's cut. I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. From everything I've heard from everyone, the producer's cut is the way to go. So overall, I thought it was it's a pretty good film. It's not my favorite. Certainly not my favorite.
I am a producer's cut fan of Halloween 6. I know it's way over the top and has some, real cult vibes to it that people don't necessarily agree with. Like, Michael pounding his niece to create a child. Not exactly great content. But I'm a producer's cut guy. At the end of the day, we did a Halloween Revisited video. It was our first attempt at, I guess you could say, an editorial, a very rough editorial. We actually have another one in the works, which has been taking us considerably more time because we wanted it to be a lot better produced, and that's definitely not our forte. But Halloween 6 was a fucking mess, guys. Like, the disaster it took to go from the mess that was Halloween 5 to get to the point where they're actually filming for Halloween 6 could have been a documentary on its own. It's that bad. So, apparently there was an imposter Tony in the chat. Interesting. Where's Jimmy? I seen Jimmy join the chat. Jimmy, how's it going, bro? One of our Patreon supporters. Jim, how's it going, man? Miss talking to you. Hey, guys, I've been seeing on social media that the original Halloween is returning to the drive-in this Halloween. Any truth to this? I can tell you that it sounds like, in fact, Halloween is returning to the drive-in theater. It's a no-brainer at this point with what's going on. The thing I'm curious about is if it's going to be showing up here in Canada. More often than not, the last weekend in Canada for drive-in movies is the first or second weekend in October. I would be thrilled to go see that movie in a drive-in. I think it'd be fucking badass. I'd be there in an instant. Would you go to the drive-in to see, how about that, Tommy? Be your first drive-in experience, Halloween.
Yeah. If I could convince the missus, I'd definitely give it a shot. You know, I have no idea where we would go. I know of no drive-in theaters near me, and to the best of my knowledge, I don't think we're getting any of those Walmart pop-ups. So, but if the opportunity was there, I would definitely go for it.
I love the drive-in, man. Again, you're not going to get the screen quality you do at the local cinema, but I personally love the drive-in.
But you know, there are a few perks to it. I mean, you can friggin' kick back in your own car and just lounge back. I mean, for those of us who drive a lot, you tend to basically get a sense of comfort in your seat. So, but that's not for everyone. That's certainly the case.
By the way, shout out to Jamie Moore, who, am I getting that? Is it Mauer? Is it Mauer or Moore, man? I think it's Mauer. Jamie, anyway, put his money where his mouth is at the beginning of this stream, said he was going to sign up for the Patreon. And not only did Jamie sign up for Patreon, he signed up at the Lampkin Lane tier, which is cool. It's the highest tier we offer. It's $13 tier. Gets you, our exclusive Halloween show each and every month on Patreon, the Lampkin Lane AMA Patreon show. I'm going to see if I can help Frank out here with this guy. All right. This guy have multiple accounts?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I just took a peek in myself and saw, that's
like, do you have
that's
nothing?
odd.
Do you have nothing better to do on a Saturday evening to come on here and, hey, it's me, Tony Michael, and look at me, and I'm not actually Tony Michael. I'm an imposter because I have nothing better to do, and I want to catfish people. Hit the road, Jack.
Unless you want to say
fake Tony
in a super chat.
Yeah. Send in some fake super chats while you're at it. Where are we here, man? Anyways, yes, Supernatural returning to filming. We'll see if it ends up coming out this year. I don't know if it will, but we'll probably get an idea soon. He uses different variations of Tony's name. Wow. That dude needs to get himself laid. That's right. I'll just say it. I mean, it's, yeah. You know, I can't imagine having free time on a Saturday evening going on to impersonating people. And look at this. He's back again. He is back again. Wow. See, I don't mind diverting some attention to a troll because I think it could be funny. You know, but if you're going to divert some attention to a troll, like, man up, make the troll real. Send in a fucking super chat and prove you're worth being a fake Tony. And if not, then hit the road because I'm sure Frank will get rid of you again. Why hasn't he been banned? Different accounts, KJ. Different accounts. Obviously, he's getting a kick out of this. I've already removed a couple of them, so. And there goes that one. Frank is Michael Myers right now. He's just like, yep, I'm going to cut. Yep. Got nothing better to do. I'm not staring at the wall. I'm staring through the wall. Wow. Anyway.
Anything else newsworthy you've been following lately, Sean? Any Star Wars news? Any film and cinema news? I mean, we just talked about all of this, but the hell, right?
Well, no. No, there's not much since the last time we were on here. Jay Beach says, who won the super chat for the copy of Print? I have no idea what you mean, Jay. Way over my head, but you missed our hockey talk earlier. You got in too late. Speaking of which, hockey's on right now. I haven't seen any of the results from today, though. Haven't seen any of the results from today. Does anybody know what Dave's watching tonight? Anybody that's tuning in for Dave's watch along? What's he doing tonight? What's he watching? Is he watching anything good? See if I can get rid of this guy. Oh, he was asking the fake Tony. There you have it. Anyways, let me ask you, Tommy. When the Supernatural news came out that they're finally getting back to filming and we're actually going to start to see some shit, did any part of you go, oh, man, I wish they were holding off another couple of months before returning to filming just to prolong the end of this series? Because that's how I felt. Like, when I read it, I was like, awesome, we get to see the end. And then the other part of me was like, oh, right. It's ending.
Honestly, no. No. Because in my mind, personally, I know folks vary. This sucks. It really does. We're like at this weird halfway through the season bullshit that basically nothing's happening. As far as we know, we're going to get the same amount of episodes we were going to get. It's going to wrap up the same way. So just do it. Just do it. That's the way I see it. I mean, if you want to stretch that
just
a little
do it,
longer,
man.
break
Nike.
it up into 2 sections, do it. Because honestly, I can live if we're not seeing them all week by week by week by week. Break them up into 2 or 3 different runs. That's cool. At least something's happening. But this just sucks.
Frank Riker says Dave's watching Beverly Hills Cop. I haven't seen that in a long time. Maybe I'll pop that on. Yeah, it's the Eddie Murphy one, I believe. Not to be confused with Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley, which is quite a comical movie. KJ, did you cover Courtney Cox coming back for Scream 5? I guess it was obvious, but still great to be confirmed. KJ, a couple weeks ago, we ran a report that stated that the original Screamcast, the big 3, were all returning, but they were almost returning in a The Force Awakens style, where they're not necessarily going to be the 3 most important characters in the movie. And I kind of like that because it gives you a chance to extend some longevity to the franchise. And for the love of God, as long as it serves the narrative, kill one of them. Fuck, enough's enough. Jeez.
But don't just kill them for the sake of killing them.
No, you got to serve the narrative. Got to serve the narrative for sure. Guys, we're going to go for about 10 more minutes here and then call it quits. Actually, I have a drink apparently. Yeah. I've been dying for a drink and Jade just brought me home a drink, so she's going to bring it down here. That's service.
Fantastic.
On
How
air.
loving. What a show of love.
What a absolute show of love. Now we got Tony Michael without the photography in there, but still no actual picture.
How the fuck many YouTube accounts do you have?
Dude, man, like, I don't even know what to say to that.
Is there like a way to ban IP address or
Is
like
this
for real?
Oh. Bring some back.
Huh?
Bring some back.
No, once you're done. Family outing.
Why?
I'm sorry. Is it a shame to fucking spend time with family?
No, but like I'm on air right now, and it's just like boom, family outing. We're going as soon as you're done. See, this is what I mean. Happy wife, happy life. She just comes down here, starts barking orders. Who do you think you are? No, I'm glad that I'm pretty sure you're too far away for people to hear you because the just terrible threats that you're giving me right now could be
I'm not even saying
you could be charged with some serious Sorry.
Okay, and that concludes that line of conversation. You know what I've been really feeling the itch to watch lately? You were just talking about Force Awakens.
My Bloody Valentine?
Well, yes, we will get to that next week. I've been feeling the real urge to watch some Star Wars. Maybe I'll flip on a movie in the background at some point.
Not
week.
at all, man.
Not you? Really?
Not
you?
Least. No.
Not even a little bit. Why?
I went through a watch through before The Rise of Skywalker, and I don't know. I just, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the closest thing I've done to Star Wars recently, after the Rise of Skywalker, excuse me, besides shows and shit like that, has been I watched the Family Guy episodes.
Oh, the little the 3 trilogy sequence they have.
Yeah, I actually
That's
own
cool.
that
I dig
on DVD, but I watched it on Hulu. Yeah, something y'all don't have up there. Who do you stream Family Guy, that kind of stuff from up there? Who has that?
Netflix has Family Guy up here. It's Netflix. Oh, actually, Netflix has like seasons 9 through whatever the hell they are now, season 471 or wherever they're at.
Oh, I hate that shit. I hate when they split series up. That's some stupid shit.
Tony Hawk sends $2 in. Tony, I'm going to assume Tony Hawk is not, in fact, the skateboarder Tony Hawk, but, in fact, the lovely Tony that's been removed from the chat 10,000 times.
Thanks for the $2.
Yeah, we'll see probably, what, $1.20 of that or so, but not even enough to pay for this fucking watered-down soda from McDonald's, so. Not that I need soda. Should be drinking water. I just want everybody here to Intel Wild now encouraging them. $5 super chat for the trolls. Intel, dude, I literally woke up in the middle of the night and my cat came up to me and they're like, yo, that Intel Wild guy sent the dog a $50 super chat but didn't even acknowledge us. What the fuck is with that? No, I'm kidding. I got Tommy going here. Alrighty. Jade is saying in the chat, Jade, who those that don't know is the spouse, is saying, first of all, I didn't threaten him, just brought him a drink. And then she says there might have been poison in it. And Frank says, I believe you, Jade. Which part do you believe, Frank? Do you believe she poisoned me and you're just totally okay with it?
For real? Wow, we're just getting all the documented evidence we need.
Right? Like, Intel Wild says Beverly Hills Cop. That was a while ago, so I'm guessing he's a little behind on the stream. Could be wrong. I'm guessing Intel's actually really behind on the stream, if that's what he's talking about. Not sure how that works, but maybe he paused it. I always thought when you paused a stream, though, and then went back to it, it would fast forward to where the stream currently is.
I've seen a mix of things happen when that happens. Sometimes, if it's not that long ahead, you just do it real quick accidentally or whatever, it'll just keep going from where you were. But other times I have had it jump ahead for me. I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to do.
Pete, Ultimate Movie Reviews, is saying he's got to go. See you next time, fandom. Pete, here's the question. Are you really going? Or is this one of those examples where you say you're going, but you're still in the chat half an hour later? Either way, take it easy, Pete. Thanks for the support. It's appreciated. Jamie Maurer says, wait for the fake Jade account. Oh, maybe the fake Jade account will be nicer than...
Don't be giving ideas.
Maybe the fake Jade account will be nicer than the real Jade. Ooh. Kidding. Love you.
You gonna be in the doghouse.
You're just going to hear stomping down the stairs. Fucking knife comes on the screen. I hear them playing with the baby up there. I think they said, fuck watching Fandom Empire. We're going to play with the baby. So, oh, no, she's still in the chat. Unless that's fake Jade. I now no longer know if it's fake Jade or real Jade. Anyway, I have a question for the chat. I know we're mostly Halloween fans here, but I want people to think about this really hard. If you were in charge of Friday the 13th and the right situation's figured out and they stop being fucking cock monkeys, Frank Reichershot's sleeping in the studio tonight. Well, the chair is probably more comfortable than the bed. If you were in charge of Friday the 13th, guys, and there's no fucking rights dispute by a bunch of cock monkeys that are doing fuck all, where would you go next with the franchise? I've heard people say they'd go back to the 80s. I heard people say they'd do it in the current timeline. I've heard people say they'd do a direct sequel to the first 2 or 3 movies. I've heard people say they'd do a direct sequel to the first movie. The thought seems to be everywhere. Where would you guys go with the Friday the 13th franchise? Now, I want to say one of the reasons why the Friday the 13th remake is one of our watch-along movies, one of our next 4 watch-along movies, is because I actually really like the Friday the 13th remake. It doesn't follow the mythology fully. It doesn't, focus in on the other movies at all. I love the fact Jared Padalecki, aka Sam Winchester's in it. But I thought it was a really strong horror movie, a good slasher flick. And I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. So if they did something in the vein of that again, I'd be totally okay with it. What's everybody in the chat think? Where would you go next with Friday the 13th? Maybe people just don't give a shit about Friday the 13th anymore, but judging by how hot the box sale went for sale, how hot the box set went when it went on sale, I'm assuming there's still some interest. Where are we here? Jade said it's too cold to sleep in the basement studio, Frank. Oh, look at that. She's still being loving. Frank Riker says sequel to Friday the 13th, 2009. I'd be okay with that, Frank. Let's do it up. Some people might think we're too far removed from that now, but it's an amazing movie. Jared Padalecki's going to have a little more free time on his hands because I think it's only a half season of the Walker, Texas Ranger show thing he's doing. But, yeah, I'd do it up. Bring back Jared. What do we got here? Drew Tyler says, keep it simple. Slasher in the woods with a decent story. I'm okay with that, man. Let Blumhouse do it at a really low budget and see what comes of it. Evan the Movie Guy says, I would either do a continuation of Freddy vs. Jason, but not mention anything after Part 8, or just do a sequel to Part 4. Bring back the feel of the first 4 either way. I think that's really complex, but I definitely respect your insights on that, Evan. Jay Beach says, Phantom Empire reboot the Pamela in the first half an hour. Pardon me, reboot Pamela in the first half, then Jason. I like the 09 remake too. I don't get why the 09 remake gets as much hate as it does. The 09 remake and the My Bloody Valentine remake, obviously they were going for something here with Jensen being in one and Jared being in the other, and Supernatural being really hot at that point. I think at that point, Supernatural had finished 4 seasons, so it was about as hot as it could be. And yet, for whatever reason, man, specifically when it comes to the Friday the 13th remake, there's not a whole lot of, positive vibes about it, which is stunning because, honestly, I thought it was a great movie. What have you seen Jason-wise at all, if anything? Do you remember anything about Friday the 13th, Tommy?
It's been years. I grew up in a home. My mom was a big horror fan, but it's been years for me. So I'll have to revisit it at some point. Friday the 13th is probably like down 3 on my priorities right now of horror stuff. Halloween's obviously up top, and then I got Scream. So we'll see. Just stuff I'm planning on revisiting within the near future.
Revisiting, gotta love that term. Where are we here? WJ Corsi, I'd reboot it to where it would take place in the 1980s. It would still have Pamela as the original killer, but it would have a twist. That would be a controversial take, WJ. Not that it's a wrong take. I think that, there's definitely some potential there. But I think if you market another Friday the 13th movie where Jason is not the main killer, it might not be received too well. Where are we here? Mike Johnson, I would do a reimagining to the Friday the 13th. I agree the 2009 remake was good. See, we're getting some love for 2009 here, dude. Drew Tyler, just a sequel to 2009. J.B. Maurer, not the direction of X. Hey, there's a couple of cool kills at X, but my God. Where are we here? Evan, the movie guy, enjoyed 2009 Friday the 13th. Don't understand the hate it gets. I'm with you, Evan. That's sometimes I feel like that's how fans of Last Jedi probably feel about the movie that they like. They probably love it so much that they don't understand the hate that it gets. I don't, so I don't mind hating. Evan, the movie guy, also says it had the dark feel, scary Jason that I want out of Friday the 13th. It did. The movie was a modern-day slasher that was just done really, really well. I really, really dug it. Michael Pavone, continue with part 2, Sackhead Jason. Sackhead Jason is my favorite Jason to be in the Friday the 13th game, which if it ever gets back up, maybe I'll purchase it on PC, and we'll do like a co-stream on here with me playing. And I know Tommy doesn't have it, but we could, although you could probably get it dirt cheap, assuming the servers ever get up if they're indeed crashed. Where are we here? Mike Johnston, Derek Mears did a good job as Jason. I'm not going to lie, Mike. I don't know who Derek Mears is. I'm going to assume, though, he played Jason in the remake. Intel Wild, I'm a dog guy, but cats are cool. I'm a dog guy, too, over cats. I'm still stuck with the cats from a previous relationship, and yeah, we have a real love-hate relationship. They're not allowed in the studio. There's a reason why you never see a cat hop up on my desk. They're banned from in here. So
don't be hating. Don't be hating
I'm
on
gonna
our
fucking
feline
hate, bro.
companions.
Gonna fucking hate.
Well, for those of you wondering, that weird-ass mother Tommy B is a cat person. I am very much a cat person.
Yes, you are. Almost at an unhealthy level.
I did. And I also had cats. Actually, my grandparents were crazy cat people. So I got all the love in the world for cats.
Where are we here? We're going to begin to wrap things up, guys. We're going to call it right now, final 3 minutes. If anybody has any questions they want to send them in now. If there's any last super chats to send in, send them in now. I'm going to do a little bit of promotion here, let you know what's coming up next, and we'll get to the final 3 minutes of this thing. So super chats, questions, thoughts, comments, whatever. Prayers for my Maple Leafs to move on to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll take it all. So we'll get to that in about a few minutes' time. But before we do, just want to remind everybody that this Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a State of the Movie Industry special with other YouTube hosts and podcasters that will span over 2 to 2.5 hours, talking about what you can expect from the movie industry, not only this year, not only next year, but moving forward, and how it might change and how things are being affected, and some of the things that we're all hearing. You're going to have people from all different shows and networks on. It's going to be a lot of fun. We put a lot of work into arranging this. Definitely can't wait for it. With that said, we also have the My Bloody Valentine watch-along, hoping to pull that off either Monday night, Tuesday night, or Thursday night. Kind of hoping for Thursday night at this point. Thursday is my birthday, so it'd be kind of cool to come on here, do a birthday stream, and I'm going to be 19 years old on Thursday, and I wish. But yeah, no, a birthday stream with My Bloody Valentine would be pretty fucking cool. I dig that. And also, for people who haven't subscribed to our Patreon that constantly message us, again, it's www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. You can sign up and support us for as little as $2 a month American or as much as $13 a month American. The $13 level gets you into the Lampkin Lane AMA Patreon show, which airs once to twice a month, with the next episode being August 21st. I think 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's the time, 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern, where we get a little more juicier with Halloween details than we can on just a normal YouTube show. So we have all that coming. Let's go back to the chat, see what's happening. Intel Wild, sends in a $7 million or $7 million. I read that wrong. Yeah, I wish, right? Intel Wild sends it. I mean, YouTube would love that too. YouTube would be like, yeah, we'll take fucking 40% of that. $7 million super chat. Oh, man, you know you're tired when. Intel Wild sends in a $5 super chat. I'd give $7 million to Vince from Never Hike Alone and say, do your thing. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely, dude. The same way I would absolutely give Dave and Bruce a bunch of money to make a official Black Christmas sequel, even though I still have not seen the original. Just their teaser got me pumped for that shit. We donated. Again, I think Dave and Bruce and company over there are at 70% of their campaign. Head on over to Indiegogo.com, search up It's Me Billy, and donate today. There's a month left to go. Let's make this thing happen. They have all the pieces in place here to make one hell of a motion picture film, done with motion picture quality and major motion picture quality. So head on over and donate to them. They're a bunch of great guys. All right, let's get back to the chat here, which I think may be frozen on my end. That are extremely quiet for once.
Oh no! I'll load it up on my end again.
The last thing I have is Intel Wild super chat. So,
yeah, that was the last thing I had noticed last time I glanced over.
All right, so where were we here? Evan, the movie guy, says, I'm a raccoon guy. Well, watch out, because raccoons' claws are fucking sharp as shit. You want to get slashed? Go to war with a raccoon. Jamie Maurer, still picturing him flying through space. It will never end. He's obviously referring to Jason X there. Intel Wild, I thought it did that. I did that too. Or pardon me, I thought it did that too. I did pause it. See, when I pause streams, I don't know for the rest of you guys, when I pause a stream, it feels like it pauses, and then when I click play, instead of it just continuing where I paused it, unless I'm watching after the stream's ended, it goes to where the stream currently is. I don't know if that's a setting I have on. Frustrating. Definitely frustrating. We're in the closing game here for those that are just joining the chat now. Appreciate you tuning in, even though it's the end, and spending just a couple of minutes of your weekend with all of us. Frank Riker says, gotta love a smelly sackhead. Ugh. All I'm picturing right now is a bunch of ball cheese, man. A bunch of ball cheese.
Kelly Barkley in the chat. How do you think the Halloween trilogy will end? Wow, well, that's probably a subject for a video.
That probably could be its own video, couldn't it? Probably.
I've seen many good rumors lately. They're rumors, they're fan speculations and such. Some I like better than others. And yeah, Sean, I would really like to dive into those on our channel at some point in the near future. There's some pretty good ones out there.
Here's the problem, man. It's starting to get out there that myself and Jimmy Champagne have the script of the movie. And there's probably a lot of other people that have the script too. I feel like if I make a movie about how it should end, I could accidentally give away some stuff that happens in Kills that I don't want to give away.
Well, we don't want that now,
so it would have to be a really methodical process of making a video that is pure speculation and doesn't go off anything we have on Kills, and just from my standpoint of view. It's hard because, the last thing I want to do is ruin anything for anybody.
Yeah, and you're saying your perspective is...
I'll say this. I'll keep it short. Kelly, I appreciate the question. I think they're going to kill him. I think they're going to kill Michael Myers. And I think they're going to have it sort of be like the threat of the boogeyman returning one day from the dead is always possible. Almost like this weird supernatural-esque feeling behind it. I do think we'll leave the portion of him just being a man behind the further we go into these movies. Pure speculation. I'm not saying that off of anything that happens in Kills. How do I want it to end? I think Michael should win and walk off into the, I would say sunset, but moonlight. I think Michael should win and people should be, and just disappear. And people should always be scared of the idea of the boogeyman popping back up one more time again down the line. That's how I would end it. I don't think there's a chance in hell it ends that way, though. We'll see. So, Michael Stapp says they're at 67%. Mike, I thought they were at 70. I could have swore that I seen they made it to 70% because of the It's Me Billy-a-thon. Either way, they're approaching a number very soon where they might be able to do something to push themselves over the finish line. And I definitely encourage donating to that cause. I think once we see what Dave and Bruce do with this, and if it's successful enough and not a massive headache, obviously, my Sharona, a.k.a. the pandemic, is causing delays and issues that they didn't foresee. But I love the idea of Dave and Bruce and company going forward, making more of these. Whether it's, and I know what you did last summer. I know he said he probably wouldn't do Halloween because it's been overdone. Just doing something else, because they're very talented fucking dudes. Jason Strong says, my favorite Jason's Part 8. Kelly Barkley says, thank you. Jamie Maurer, now is this script a link to a web page or an actual copy?
The answer to all that is no.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. It's not a web page. It's an actual physical copy that both of us have. We did a video on it, and we weren't doing a video to gloat. It was nothing of that sort. We were doing a video to warn people that if we got our hands on the actual legit script, which we do, then other people have it. And we didn't even go looking for it.
I misunderstood his message.
I thought
Jamie was looking for it.
It was literally dropped on our lap. No, we're not distributing it. But our point of doing the video was, if you're somebody that goes out there and explores Reddit but doesn't want to be spoiled, first of all, stay the hell off of Reddit. Second of all, there's probably going to be some very legit spoilers out there. Michael Stapp says we'll be added later this month. Awesome, Michael. Awesome. Good shit. Intel Wild said, yes, they're basically at 70% of the money from the Super Chat show hasn't been added yet to the campaign. No, it hasn't, because Google, being, the lovely people that they are, better watch what I say here, have a weird payout method. We, in fact, have compiled a decent bit of money via Super Chats and YouTube revenue and have seen absolutely not a penny of it yet. We should see most of that. Anything that came in today's show, we probably aren't going to see till like the middle of September. But anything before today's show, we should see halfway through this month or so. Jason Strong, what's your favorite Jason? Part 6, man. I like Part 6. I dig it. Unless I got my Jasons wrong, Part 6 is the spear, I believe. Jake Blaster Productions, what's up, man? Seen you had a new video out there. Sadly, Jake, you, sir, have joined us at the end of the road. Tommy B, as usual, we say we're going live for 45 minutes and we end up half an hour longer. Dude, I'm proud to say not one person messaged us during the show to say, Tommy's talking a little too lowly. We can't hear him. Turn Tommy up.
Fantastic.
The new mic works, dude. The new mic is working. Be honest though, are you wishing you had one of these lovely microphone? Okay, probably shouldn't be doing it like that. One of these microphone arms, or you totally cool holding it in your hand?
No, I'm pretty cool holding it with my hand for now. I might get tired of it, but I got this combo mic stand from the Blue Snowball stand and this little head that I can play around with. I'm enjoying what we got right now, though. It's working great. Thank you all you out there for the continued encouragement to upgrade.
The upgrade has worked, so that's always a plus. Again, not one of our usual shows today. Bit of a just Saturday afternoon hangout. Now, apparently I'm being ordered to go out for dinner to who knows where. Maybe they're planning my imminent demise, so if you don't see me back on the channel, you can bet it was Jade that did it, so somebody go and give her shit if she takes care of me off air here. Frank Riker says Google loves to roll around in other people's money before cutting them a check. You're not kidding. You are not kidding. And Olivaro, just for shits and giggles, said turn Tommy up. Way to go, Olivaro. I don't know what you're saying, Michael. I don't know if you want to clarify that before we get off here. I'll let you get a chance to clarify that before we get the hell out of here, though. Check us out. Instagram, Fandom Empire Now, Camp Haddonfield Podcast, Star Wars Renegades. On Twitter, Fandom Empire and Star Wars Renegades. And if you haven't yet, check us out on Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Subscribe today, because this is, in fact, the way. Tommy B, dude, awesome fun. Where can everybody find you at now that they can hear you?
Yeah, it's been great getting this mic all working, operational, what have you. You can find me most often on Facebook, around all of our groups and pages, all that good stuff, especially the Fandom Empire Den. If you want to catch me on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at TommyB1650.
Finally got rid of the XAS. I'm cool with that. Intel Wild sneaks in another super chat as we're going off air for the outro music. We fucking love this music, and we were very anal about picking it out, but ended up with something that we liked and dug and felt like represented the atmosphere of our shows more often than not. Anyways, guys, we will be back. I'm not sure when we're coming back. Pre-produced video probably Monday morning around 1 or 2, or pardon me, Monday afternoon around 1 or 2 p.m. And then, yeah, we'll see you when we see you. Watch along, or pardon me, might be my last time to advertise this during a live stream. Again, Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the State of the Movie Industry Roundtable featuring special guests from various YouTube channels and podcasts. Tune into that, and then we'll see what we can do about a My Bloody Valentine stream on Thursday, a.k.a. this guy's birthday. Thanks to Tommy B. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Not thanks to Imposter Tony, who was making Frank's fingers hurt. We need to send some of that super chat money Frank's way so he can go get himself a finger massage. Anyways, take it easy, people. Ciao.